Have you ever been deep in the American wilderness, where the trees swallow the sunlight and every rustle in the underbrush makes your pulse quicken? That feeling that something's out there, watching, waiting just beyond the next bend? Yeah, me too. And if you're like me, you can't get enough of the stories that make you question what's real and what's just a trick of the shadows. Welcome back to Factopia, where we chase down the unexplained one top 10 at a time. It's October 6th, 2025, and with Halloween lurking around the corner, we're plunging into the wild heart of the US for our countdown of the top 10 cryptids still roaming American wilderness this year. These aren't dusty old legends. They're backed by fresh sightings, blurry trail cam footage, and eyewitness tales that have investigators buzzing from the Pacific Northwest to the Louisiana bayous. Starting us off at number 10, the lizard man of Scape or Swamp in South Carolina. Down in the humid heart of Lee County, where the air hangs thick like a fever dream, this 7-foot-tall, scaly nightmare first clawed its way into headlines back in 1988. A teen named Chris Davis claimed it lunged at his car, leaving 3-fingered gouges and red-eyed fury in its wake, green skin glistening like wet leather, built like a linebacker crossed with an alligator. Fast forward to 2025, and the lizard man isn't just a relic. Locals in Bishopville swear they've heard guttural hisses echoing from the swamp's edges, and a grainy dashcam clip from March near Scape or showed something massive splashing through the shallows at dusk, too upright and deliberate to be a gator. Sheriff's deputies dismissed it as a mangy bobcat, but the 3-toed tracks? They match Davis's casts to a T. Folklore ties it to escaped circus freaks or ancient native guardians gone rogue, but whatever it is, it's got the town buzzing with lizard man stomp festivals and late-night patrols. Imagine changing a flat tire on a foggy road, only to feel scaly claws scraping your bumper. I'd floor it too. Number 9 slithers us to the Fresno Nightcrawler in California's sun-baked Central Valley. This one's a real oddball, not your typical fur-and-fong beast, but a pair of ghostly white legs, like pants with a mind of their own, striding across lawns and trails with knees that bend all wrong. The legend kicked off in 2007 when a Fresno homeowner's CCTV caught 2 of them shuffling past at 2 a.m., silent as fog, no torso, no arms, just eerie. Elongated strides that looked like they were sewn from moonlight. By 2011, Yosemite trail cams snagged similar footage, 2 crawlers weaving through the pines, vanishing into the mist like a bad dream. And in 2025, sightings are trickling in again. A hiker's GoPro from April near Sequoia National Park captured what looks like a lone crawler darting between boulders, its feet leaving no prints in the dirt. Skeptics cry hoax, puppets on strings, or clever edits, but the footage holds up under analysis. No wires, no glitches. Some whisper it's a Skinwalker echo or a Scape lab experiment, but out in Fresno's quiet suburbs, folks lock their doors a little tighter when the dogs start howling at nothing. Picture glancing out your window at midnight and seeing legs where a body should be. Yeah, sleep tight. At number 8, the Pukwudgie of Massachusetts Freetown Forest. These pint-sized terrors, 2 to 3 feet tall, with porcupine quills for hair and eyes like burning coals, are straight out of Wampanoag lore. Once helpful tricksters turned vengeful after a spat with a giant hero mouseshop. They lure hikers with glowing orbs, then lead them off cliffs or into endless loops of thorns. The Bridgewater Triangle's their playground, a paranormal hotspot riddled with UFOs and cults, and 2025's been a banner year. In June, a group of campers near Profile Rock snapped photos of a hunched figure with oversized ears vanishing into the ferns, its quills glinting in the flash. Days later, rangers reported tools vanishing from campsites, replaced by eerie stone circles, classic Pukwudgie pranks. One hiker even claimed it whispered his name from the treetops, voice like whined through dry leaves. Indigenous elders warn their guardians twisted by betrayal, punishing those who disrespect the woods. It's that mix of cute and cruel, troll-like mischief with a murderous edge that makes them linger in your mind. Ever feel like the forest is giggling at you? In Freetown, it might just be. Number 7. The Honey Island Swamp Monster, Louisiana's Bayou Bigfoot. Deep in the Pearl River backwaters, where cypress knees claw at the sky like skeletal fingers, this 7-foot hairy horror, gray fur matted with mud, yellow eyes piercing the gloom, has been terrorizing hunters since the 1960s. Air traffic controller Harlan Ford claimed the first clear sighting in '63, sketching a beast with webbed, 3-toed feet that left 14-inch prints he cast in plaster. Folklore calls it Latish, a feral child of escaped slaves or circus chimps gone wild. Fast forward to 2025, and a Super 8 clip from The Proof is Out There resurfaced from March, showing a hulking shadow ripping into a wild boar herd, its roar cutting through the fog like a chainsaw in syrup. Locals near Slidell report boats overturned and guttural howls at midnight, with drone footage catching a splash too big for any gator. Skeptics blame escaped primates, but those tracks, they don't match. Picture poling your pirogue at dawn, the water parting around something massive and watchful. Down in Honey Island, the swamp stares back. Halfway through, number 6, the Dover Demon from Massachusetts' quiet suburbs. This one's a suburban shocker. A 4-foot tall, hairless gremlin with a bulbous head, glowing orange eyes, and spindly limbs like a stick figure from a fever dream. Teens Bill Bartlett and John Baxter spotted it in April 1977, crouched on a dry stone wall in Dover, its eyes locking like headlights before it scampered up a tree on all fours. The next night, Abby Brabham saw it loping across a road, skin chalky white under the moon. No mouth, no nose, just those unblinking orbs. Cryptozoologists call it an alien probe or escaped lab freak. Locals tie it to native spirits. In 2025, things heated up with a blurry ring cam from April in nearby Sherborne. Something small and gangly shuffling past a porch light, vanishing before the motion sensor kicked in. No copycats, no hoaxes, just that one eerie weekend in '77, etched in sketches and sworn statements. It's the everyday setting that gets you. Not some remote wild, but your neighbor's backyard, where the ordinary turns alien in a heartbeat. What if it wasn't lost? What if it was looking for you? Number 5. Wendigo of the Great Lakes Northwoods. This gaunt, emaciated giant, 15 feet of ice-crusted bones, antlered skull, and a maw that hungers for more than flesh, is Algonquin nightmare fuel, born from taboo cannibalism in famine's grip. It embodies winter's wrath, insatiable greed that twists men into monsters, whispering madness from the pines. Legends from Ojibwe and Cree tell of shamans hunting them with silver arrows, but sightings persist. In 2025, a Minnesota trapper near Boundary Waters filed a chilling report. February tracks like a deer's but elongated, leading to a gutted moose with surgical precision. No waste, just bones picked clean. He heard it that night, rasping breaths like whined through a ribcage, eyes like dying embers in the blizzard. Up in Ontario, a viral audio clip from January captured screams that weren't wolf or wind, echoing for miles. Psychologists call it Wendigo psychosis, but elders say it's real, a spirit that possesses the greedy, turning them feral. That insatiable stare, the way it mimics your voice to lure you deeper, it's why native hunters burn sage and avoid the deep snow. Ever feel winter's bite go soul deep? That's the Wendigo calling. Edging into the top 4 at number 4, the Thunderbird of the Pacific Northwest skies. Rooted in native lore from Coast Salish to Haida, massive eagles with 20-foot wings that summon storms by flapping, eyes flashing lightning. This isn't your turkey vulture. It's a harbinger, snatching whales from the surf or casting shadows that black out the sun. Modern sightings amp the terror. In 2025, a Washington state ferry cam off Puget Sound caught a dark silhouette wheeling over the waves in July, wingspan eclipsing a pod of orcas before vanishing into thunderheads. Alaska pilots report similar, low-altitude dives that rattle fuselages, feathers like black sails. Cryptozoologists point to terratorn fossils or escaped condors, but those wings? They don't flap. They command the wind. One logger in Oregon swore it perched on a ridge last spring, beak like a scythe, before a freak gale leveled his camp. It's that raw power, the Stormbringer's gaze, that makes your skin crawl. Imagine hiking the Olympics, the sky darkening not with clouds, but wings, and suddenly, you're the prey. Number 3. Chupacabra of the Southwest Deserts. This spiky, blood-draining fiend, kangaroo-like with red eyes and fangs like needles, burst onto the scene in 95 Puerto Rico, but the U.S. border states own it now. Ranchers from Texas to Arizona wake to exsanguinated goats, puncture wounds like vampire kisses, no blood trails. The Texas variety is dog-sized, hairless, with quills down its spine. Sightings spike in droughts when livestock huddle close. 2025's been brutal. A viral clip from April near El Paso showed a blur leaping a fence, goats scattering in panic, its hiss audible over the wind. Farmers in New Mexico found 20 sheep drained in one night, 3 puncture marks each, and drone thermals picked up a heat sig too erratic for coyotes. Folklore blames Aztec curses or escaped bioweapons. Science says mange-riddled dogs. But those spines? The way it drains without mess? It's got border patrols double-checking shadows. Picture your herd silent at dawn, necks marked like offerings. And that low growl from the arroyo, sleep with one eye open down south. Runner-up at number 2, Skinwalkers of Utah's high deserts. These Navajo Yinald Lishii, witches who shed skins to become wolves, coyotes, or worse, aren't born monsters, they're made, trading souls for power in bloody rituals. They mimic voices to lure victims, eyes glowing in the dark as they hunt. Skinwalker Ranch, that 512-acre paranormal epicenter, is ground zero. UFOs, portals, cattle mutilations. In 2025, Season 6 of the docuseries dropped bombshells. Remote viewers saw a cloaked figure shifting forms near the mesa in June, while ground teams caught EVPs whispering in Navajo. A hiker's dashcam from May near the ranch showed a coyote loping upright on 2 legs, vanishing in a heat shimmer. Elders refused to speak its name, fearing summons. Outsiders chase the thrill. It's the intimacy that terrifies, not a distant roar, but your dog's bark turning to a human plea from the scrub. That skin-sloughing stare, the way it knows your secrets. Skinwalkers don't just haunt the land, they wear your fears. And drumming up the top spot, number 1, Bigfoot, the Sasquatch of every shadowy forest from Alaska to the Everglades. This 8 to 10-foot ape-man, shaggy brown fur, thunderous strides, eyes like embers in the dusk, has evaded us since native tales of wild men guarding the wilds. Over 10,000 reports worldwide, but America's his turf, Pacific Northwest hotbed, with prints up to 17 inches. 2025's roaring. Idaho ATV cams snagged a hulking silhouette crashing through brush in January, too massive for bear. Michigan's Monroe County, father-son bowfishers spotted one wading a marsh in May. Credible per BF investigators, with scat samples pending DNA. Colorado's got suspicious May footage of a costumed figure. Hoax or not, the strides too fluid. From Ohio's grassman to Florida's skunk ape, they're multiplying. Drone strikes in Washington, hulls sinking with seismic blips. Gigantopithecus survivor? Interdimensional wanderer? Whatever it is, those whoop-whoops at 3 a.m. chill the blood. Imagine a twig snap behind you, turning to meet a gaze that's seen too much. Bigfoot's not hiding. He's letting us glimpse the edge of his world. Man, what a wild ride through America's untamed corners. That's our top 10 cryptids prowling the wilderness in 2025, from swamp stalkers to sky sentinels. These stories remind us the wild's full of whispers we can't quite place, shadows that move when they shouldn't. Which one's got you double-checking your trail cam? Or avoiding that next solo hike? Share your own brush with the unexplained in the comments. I pour over everyone, and the best might star in our community's spotlight next month. If this fueled your fire for the frontier's freaky side, smash like, share with your campfire crew, and subscribe to Factopia for more daily unearthings of the bizarre. Thanks for trekking with me. Stay vigilant out there, and remember, the woods keep their secrets, but sometimes they share. Catch you tomorrow.